Hey, Gary here with you, day 95 AI blogging. If you remember back in day 93, we had used KoalaWriter and we had gotten a grade of B. We're trying to get to A++ for this blog post. Of course, inside of KoalaWriter, we were using bulk mode. And inside of bulk mode, we were looking at our article queue. Of course, it's paused, but we were able to complete blog posts for these two keywords. And this blog post here for how far is the Jupiter belt from the sun, a concise overview. We have moved it from draft to live. And I was able to do that by cleaning up all of the anchor text and the external links. Here at the end of the post, I added the frequently asked questions, or I moved the frequently asked questions up from the original conclusion or above the original conclusion. And I was able to take that information, or I was able to go over to ChatGPT using the plugins in ChatGPT 4, and I asked it to read the blog post because I published the blog post in the state, not the finished state, but in the state after I got the rich anchor text and the external links all lined out, and I moved the FAQ and pushed the conclusion down. I had ChatGPT read the blog post and give me some information about SEO as well as doing the excerpt. And of course, both WebPilot and Brainwork reached out and did their thing, and it gave me some analysis here. You can read the SEO analysis as well as the SEO excerpt that it gave me here. Now that was too long, so I went ahead and told it to keep it shorter, or make it shorter and keep it no longer, or make sure it's no longer than 160 characters. It then gave me this, which was 114 characters. I pasted that in over in Grooveblog. And then I said, great, thanks for all that. Now we have evaluated the blog post. You've read it. Now please write me a conclusion for the new blog post, and be sure to include the contents of the current conclusion and then add these keywords for the new one, the new conclusion. Of course, the unused keywords that we used here come from the keywords inside of RankIQ that are topics or entities, other words and phrases, keywords that Google likes to see in posts. And you can toggle that here between unused and all, and you can see what's left over. But here inside of the post, you can see I was able to get a grade A++, and that was after I added this conclusion, the updated conclusion that ChatGPT wrote for me right here after I included all those topics, entities, and keywords from inside of RankIQ. You can see the conclusion. This is the new conclusion that it wrote. I simply just took that, pasted it in, made sure I added in the original, or made sure I updated the original anchor text for each of the new paragraphs, and then I added that conclusion, and it finalized the blog post that we now have published. And then of course we have this last post here that we'll be able to use from our Koala bulk, or using KoalaWriter in Koala bulk mode. And it pushed all of our credits. We used up all of our credits, so it pushed the limits on that. But we do have that in draft mode, and we'll do the same thing for that one that we did here in this one that we now have live. And then we'll report that back in day 96 or tomorrow, and also what we'll be doing now as we head out. And we basically finished our content creation for this case study. Now it's all about going through reviewing our positions for our keywords, doing all the little extra checks that we need to do, and making or trying to make sure that we have the content that we need. But also understand that now that we're this close to 100 days, really we're just going to have to let that content settle, see where our position is, see what happens over the coming months, and then make a few tweaks and changes and see what we can do. And of course, we'll update all that, and we'll come up with a plan tomorrow in tomorrow's update. If you're having fun, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. Also, what you think in the comments. Appreciate you watching, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.